Anthony Chan, old friend of this program, frequent guest on this program. Anthony, I want to know how bad this downturn is going to be. Clearly, we've got a downturn with over 3 million first-time jobless claims. We got that. But how bad's it going to be?
Stu, there's no doubt that we're going to have a real severe downturn in the second quarter. And it's different from anything we've seen before because it's self-induced. We are slowing this economy down. It's sort of like taking a patient that needs a tube down their throat, and we almost have to put them into a self-induced coma in order to make the medical procedure possible. But once we take that tube out and once we take the patient out of the coma, the economy will be able to spring forward and will certainly be able to bounce back. But during the second quarter, I would not be surprised if we see a sharp drop in real GDP of anywhere from 15 to 20% in the second quarter. And then I look for the third quarter to be some sort of a transition where we are now trying to sort of pull back some of this closure, and the economy is starting to recover, but everything doesn't open up right away. It won't be until the fourth calendar quarter this year that I think we have a good shot at seeing positive real GDP growth.
Yeah, now that's interesting. So we will get a bad second quarter. That would be April, May, and June, the second quarter. That's going to be bad. I mean, you're talking a 15% contraction there. That's huge. Not so bad in the third quarter. That would be July, August, September. That's a transitional quarter where we're beginning to come back. And then you see nice growth or some growth in the fourth quarter. I'm trying to paraphrase exactly what you're saying here. It looks to me like a sharp drop and then a modest rebound, picking up some steam at the end of the year. Have I got that right from your point of view?
You've got it. You're spot on, Stuart. That's exactly what's going to happen. And remember, this is not like the financial crisis where these things happen because there were underlying fundamental problems. This is something that we are doing in order to basically improve the health of the country and not allow this invisible enemy to completely take over the entire U.S. economy and spill over, of course, into the global economy.
Now, we've got $4 trillion from the Federal Reserve going into the economy in various ways, $2.2 trillion from the Congress going into the economy in various ways, and yet you say we're still going to go into a nasty downturn in the second quarter. My question is, if we jacked in a whole more trillions of dollars, would that save us from a nasty second quarter?
All these things are certainly positive additions, but you have to remember, Stu, that you have 30 to 40% of the people that are staying at home. And so no matter how much money you give them, they're not going to go to a restaurant. The restaurants are closed. They're not going to go to a sports game if there are no sports games to be played. They're not going to go on an airline if they're worried about the coronavirus, and airlines are cutting back their schedules. So those are things that need to happen because this is a health crisis, and the health crisis is spilling over into the economy. And so this is not something that will last forever. It will last only as long as this virus inhibits our ability to grow. And that's the important thing to keep in mind. There's nothing fundamentally broken with the economy. We're doing this to save humankind.
Okay, now a lot of us want to know, what's America going to feel like, look like? How's the economy going to be looking and feeling, say 1 year from now? Can you give us a thumbnail sketch of how you see this economy a year from now?
A year from now, we will see the economy doing a lot better, but there'll be fundamental changes. Just the same way that when you and I went into an airport, we now had to take our shoes off before we went through the conveyor belt. Now, after this pandemic, it'll change our lives forever. We will be more aware of our surroundings, our ability to catch something. So the healthcare system will be in high gear. Our ability to continue with our lives will be a little bit different because we're going to have to be a lot more cautious. And that's something that's going to change our lives for a long time, if not forever.
Okay, by the way, Speaker Pelosi has just said there will be a strong bipartisan vote on the rescue package tomorrow. I call that good news. Anthony?
Great news. And that's exactly what we need because we want to make sure that this health crisis lasts only as long as we need to eradicate this virus and not a minute longer.
Anthony Chan, frequent guest on the program, and you, sir, will be back. Thanks very much for appearing with us. We appreciate it, sir. Thank you.